Hello, this will be SAT practice exercise, and this will be linear equations in one variable. These will be easy examples. So yeah, let's just start with let's just begin. So on question one, if 12x plus 32 equals 1200, what is the value of 1.5x plus 4? Um, the only thing I would do is just solve for x. Yeah, try solving for x. So yeah, okay. So we have 12x plus 32 equals 200. And I gotta solve for 1.5x plus 4. So I have to no choice to solve for x. So what I'm gonna do is subtract 32 from both sides, and you get 12x equals to 200 plus 32 is so I'm using calculator. Uh if you there is a section that says you can use calculators. There's a section where you can't use a calculator, so just note that. But let's pretend I can use a calculator. So what's 200 minus 32? That would be 168. And you know how to, if without a calculator, it's pretty simple. How many, this is 10, so this would be 10 minus 2 is 8. And then this is borrowed, so this is 9 minus 3, which is 6. And then this is borrowed. Okay. Then go ahead and solve for x. You're going to divide both sides by 12. And you get 168 divided by 12 is hmm, 14. Right? If you need to use a calculator, if you can use a calculator, that's fine. But you know how to do this. How many times does 14 go into 16 once? 16 minus 14 is 2. Bring down the 8. How many times does 14 go into 28? 14 times. That's not our answer. They're asking you what is the value of 1.5x plus 4. So just plug that in. So 1.5 times 14 plus 4. So without if you just put that in the calculator, you get 0.5. But if you need help without, you know how to multiply 1.5 times 14. So it'd be 1.5 times by 14. 5 times 4 is 20. Carry the 2. 1 times 4 is 4. Plus 2, that's 6. Placeholder. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. Add them up. 6 plus 5 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Carry the 1, so that's 2. And then count how many total decimal places. That's so 1, so this is 21. So for 1.5 times 14 is really 21 plus 4, and that's how I got 25. Okay, next question. So yeah, these are easy examples. There will be like more difficult ones. So number two says, what is the solution of the given equation? This is pretty self-forward. You just solve for x. So we're solving equations. So before, uh, I think this is like a two-step. So before we move things around, this is the left side of the equation, this is the right. Before we move things around, always check if you can combine like terms on both sides. So on the left side, you have 4x plus 9. Can we combine them? No, because this is a variable and this is a constant. They don't mix. What about on the right side? Can we combine anything? No. Variable and a constant don't mix. Okay, so we can't combine anything. So the next thing I would do is get all the letters on one side and get all the constant on one side. It doesn't matter what you do first. So I'm going to start with the variables. So I'm going to move that 12x to the left by subtracting 12x, right? Okay. So what's 4x minus 12x is negative 8x plus 9. And then this equals negative 87. Solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 9, get negative 8x equals negative 87 minus 9 is negative 96. Divide this by negative 8. What's negative 96 divided by negative 8? It's definitely positive 12. Okay, so that's how I solve this two-step equation. Okay, let's move on to question 3. What is the value of x? Um, yeah, this one just solve for x. So I know it's very we if 3 parentheses 2x minus 9 equals 21, what is the value of x? So I know it's very tempting to FOIL out that 3, but you don't have to. It's actually going to make it more difficult. Instead, is there any way we can get rid of this 3 immediately? Yes, we can. We can just divide both sides by 3. If I divide both sides by 3, this 3's cancel, so we're left with 2x minus 9. And then what is 21 divided by 3? 7. Okay, then it's all about solving for x. So the next thing I would do is move this negative 9 to the right by adding 9 to both sides. And you get 2x equals 9 plus 7 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then solve for x by dividing both sides by 2. And you get 16 divided by 2 is 8. Okay. Okay, next one. Question 4, let me clear the board. So question 4 says, which equation has the same solution as this? So, okay, so let me read the question again. Which equation has the same solution as 6 parentheses x plus 1 equals to negative 2x plus 4? So what I would do, see, if you look at all the choices, notice that they all have zeros on the right side. That's a big clue that I should get the right side zero. So I'm gonna get um I'm gonna get this before I move this negative 2x and the 4 to the left, let's distribute this 6. So it's gonna be 6 times x is 6x. 6 times 1 is 6 equals to negative 2x plus 4. Okay, then I'm going to get all this, move it to the left, and let's see what we get. So first with the negative 2x, to move that to the other side, you're going to have to add 2x. And then this 4, to get that on the other side, you're going to have to subtract 4. Okay, so this cancels, this cancels. So you're left with a 0. And then what's 6x plus 2x? 8x. And then what's 6 minus 4? 2. So I have 8x plus 2 equals 0, so it looks like this is the same one. Okay. What about question 5? What is you have if 2 parentheses a minus 6, 2 parentheses a minus 6 plus a equals 12, what is the value of a? Just solve for a, right? Pretty straightforward. So what would I do? What would I do? Hmm. Should I get rid of the 2 or should I FOIL out the 2? I think you can just no, I would not get rid of that 2 by dividing both sides by 2. Why? Because if I divide everything by 2, I would have to divide everything by 2. So even this a, and that's not good because you have a fraction and you don't want to deal with fraction. So it's best to just FOIL out this 2. So this would be 2a, 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. This a is not inside the parentheses, so you just bring it down, equals to 12. Okay, so it's all about one two-step equation. So on the left side, before we move things around, can we collect like terms? Yes, you can collect this 2a and this 1a, which is 3a, right? And then bring down the negative 12. Okay, on the right, you can't do anything with the right, right? So now what I would do is solve for a. So next I would add 12 to both sides, add 12 to both sides. So I get 3a equals to 12 plus 12 is 24. Divide this by 3, and you get 24 divided by 3, which is 8. Okay, see how I did? Yeah. Okay. So I think I got it all right because I checked my work. Hold on. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna stop here, and then I think the next one will be a linear, same linear equation, but there'll be more difficult ones. So I'm gonna stop right here.